If you really are tired of the slog, the chaos, the living by society's rules, and you really need your own new rule book, your personal rule book, Breathe, Feel, Dream Posse is the way that you're going to make your own map, your own real rule book. This is how you're going to do it. Desire mapping is one of the core processes that Danielle LaPorte gave us. We're going to follow it loosely, but this is how you're going to make your own map, your own rule book from how you want it to feel for you. You're going to rock your own world. Maybe that's going to change the world around you. Oh, what? Let's do this. Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Breathe, Feel, Dream Posse above preparation. So in these preparation sessions, we're talking about some of the different techniques and approaches to resetting our life and just introducing some of these ideas. So today we're really going to do a biggie. We're unpacking Desire Map, the Desire Map process and experience set forth by Danielle LaPorte. So you can see some of the information about that in the information box above or below, depending on the platform. So let's unpack this. All right, see you in just a minute. Let's go. Okay, everybody. So let's dive into this. My experience with Desire Map. Danielle LaPorte's Desire Map occurred for me in about 2016, 2017 while I was living in Colorado, and my life was changing significantly. Up until that point, I'd been living at different ashrams and really exploring my spiritual life and had learned to organize my years in terms of events that had a certain feeling tone to them, ways that I wanted to feel in my life in different areas of my life. At that time, I was working with 4 different areas loosely and different calendar events. And then I would organize the rest of my year around things like that. Then, while I was living in Colorado, 2016, 2017, I came across this book, the Desire Map book. And I was like, oh my God, somebody wrote a book around and really codified in a lot of different ways, different processes, and had her own experience with that. So I started getting really interested in it and working with it. At the time, I was also studying to be a massage therapist, which I became. I was studying to a very long process of studying to be a meditation teacher within Theravada Buddhism. Mindfulness, essentially, and that took a couple of years. So I had a lot going on. Somehow at the same time, I thought, let's do this. And so I did it, and I became a facilitator. I think she calls them facilitators. I don't remember, but that I only did that for a year or two, and then I kind of fall off of it, and I did my own thing and started doing more of my energy work practice and my body work practice, things like that. But it's always been alive for me. It's always been there for me. And as we move into the Breathe, Feel, Dream Posse, this is going to be our scaffolding. This is going to be our main structure throughout most of it. We will not be following it to the letter or even in detail. We'll be taking some exercises from it and using it as a loose map, and then actually walking the path using a whole host of other tools that I've already spoken about. Uh, so there's also been ecstatic dance, there's meditation, morning pages. That's the other one. What else are we doing? I'm sure there's other things and other things I've talked about. This is our structural tool. So if you get the book, and if you're joining us, yay! Welcome. So happy to have you. This is gonna be awesome. Um, then this is one of the semi-required readings. Hard copy. You can get a copy for like $2 used on Amazon. So I just wanted to explain a little bit about what I'm looking all around because I have different notes and different things people have said, but I was really reflecting on this the other morning and I realized that for me, the desire mapping process is very much a journey. And yes, we'll loosely follow it here because we are journeying in the posse. And like I said, yeah, I was reflecting on, like, I'm looking at my notes here, that, it's stuff I had already been doing and have been living my life from the feels for a long time before I actually came upon this book. And so while what's unique about this book for me and why I have found it helpful, while in the end, it's very much about turning your idea of goals on its head and just redefining what that word means and setting some goals. And it's all about mapping. I mean, it's in the title, Desire Map, working with intentions and the goals and structures and things like that. But the meat of it, the heart of it is really about activating your dreams and activating your heart in a very deep way. I found it to be very much a journey of healing my heart, particularly if I had wounds around deserving, being worthy, being valuable, my wounds around desires and receiving. I found it to be this process really healing and really a process of recovery for my own self-worth and my value and my own personal significance in my own life. And in another very real way, I found it to be a creative process. I found it to really stoke the creative fires within me that call from deep within me, and these creative fires of inspiration that really come from this divine source, core, from your core star that is deep to all the energy systems in your body, really letting that infuse my life in a way that was so much more full than I ever had before. By the way of using this map and finding our own map through journaling and self discovery, all of these goals and these intentions come from this foundational place, which is why goal setting and intention setting is in the last 2 weeks of the posse. Because first, how do we really want to feel? What is really true for us? So I'm going to read some things that other people have said about this that I just thought were interesting and they might inspire you a bit. So this was some reviewer. They said Desire Map gives your goal setting mechanism a makeover. This totally does that by showing you that desire, not facts and rules, is what fuels our lives. and helps you rely on your feelings to navigate life instead of giving in to the pressure of the outside world to check the boxes on goals that don't really matter, that you don't give a fuck about, that don't really matter to you. And it's just that it's a program. Most life planning tools focus on external attainment and results, which is valuable. Getting results is what moves your life forward, except that most goal setting systems completely fail to harness the most powerful driver behind any aspiration, behind any goal that you want, your preferred feelings. How does this make you feel? And they foster an uptight, upright determination that can keep us from the vitality we crave. Oh, these old ways of doing things. Desire Map program changes all of that. You can call it a holistic life planning where the inner meets the outer, the spirit drives the material. And Danielle says that the purpose of Desire Map is this ultimately to help you remember your light, your true nature, and your source, to show you your heart's longing, your core desired feelings, to help you use your core desired feelings as a guidance system in making any choices or decisions, to help you use your desired feelings, your core desired feelings, as a way to access comfort and clarity during really chaotic, painful, tough times. It helps us to accentuate the positive aspects of life while still honoring and not invalidating the negative parts that you want to change and that need attention. It helps you regard your feelings as road signs to your soul so that you can plan your day, your week, your month, your year, and feel great while making a lot of awesome things happen in every area of your life. So in the posse, we break it down. We break it down from week one. We'll do some experiment priming the pump, not just through meditation and some ecstatic dance and some morning pages, but we're going to start with desire mapping right away. And we're just going to jam. We're just going to riff. We don't have to go deep yet. You can just say, yeah, I want $50,000 in my bank account by this date. Then we're going to look at why. Well, how does that make you feel? If that happens, how do you feel? So we'll look at some things like that. We're also really going to look at areas of your life in the Desire Map book. She categorizes about 5 different areas of your life. So that framework may work for you and it may not work for you. So in the first week of the Breathe Feel Dream Posse, we're going to look at these different areas of your life that have significance for you. And you're going to name them in a way that is significant for you. We're also going to get some exercise in what are the feels, how to distinguish between what is a feeling or a feeling tone and what is a thought, a concept, an idea that may feel inspiring, but an idea, how to distinguish the feels of heart, soul, and body between the thinking mind and the visual mind. Yes, the feels will have other stimulus, like it will have a visual or thought as well. The biggest impact is the feel. So we're going to prime the pump in the first week and get ourselves used to what these things are. Really, the first 2 weeks are about that. We'll go through all different kinds of exercises with this. I'll tell you, in the glamping project that we just did, uh, the glamping project that we did in October, I had some big experiences. We dove in. We did an intensive, I would say, 48 hours of looking at the feels. And we dove and we dove and we dove and we dove and we dove. We did a little bit of work on the different areas of life, but we dove into the fields and we picked a couple of words. And with these words, we moved with them. Some people took walks. Some people did yoga. Some people did movement meditation on their own. And then we came back together and we talked about it. It was so profound. It was so moving. I had a big experience with one particular word that I'll share once we move into the posse. It might be a little sacred for me. Might be. Maybe not. I'll probably talk about it next week. But I found out for me that this one word opened up an entire world within me. This feeling tone, this one word contained all these feels within it. And I dove and I dove and I dove. And I discovered that, yes, this is how I want my life to feel. Like this, like this. What are the little things I can do to feel like this every day? Mm. So that's the kind of process that we're going to be moving through in Breathe, Feel, Dream Posse. So I encourage everybody to come with me. I encourage everybody to do the thing. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to be in group. It's going to feel however you're going to want it to feel. If you really are tired of the slog, the chaos, the living by society's rules, and you really need your own new rule book, your personal rule book, Breathe, Feel, Dream Posse is the way that you're going to make your own map, your own real rule book. This is how you're going to do it. Desire mapping is one of the core processes that Danielle LaPorte gave us. We're going to follow it loosely, but this is how you're going to make your own map, your own rule book from how you want it to feel for you. You're going to rock your own world. Maybe that's going to change the world around you. Oh, what? Let's do this. Okay, everybody. Catch on the flip. Much love. Bye.